starting. Everyone knows and people are beginning to talk. What can I do?
Now survey D309 has been number 13.
Let's start right at the beginning. Ultimately, it is your decision. No one can take that away from you.
I'm going to tell a story, the story of how I had to abort my baby. It all began when I was 19. I was in my first proper relationship with an older guy. He was 23 at the time, and we had been dating for 4 months. Being young adults, we were sexually active, and I'll admit we weren't always using protection. The thought of actually becoming pregnant didn't cross my mind, and I thought that everything was going well. Until I noticed that my period hadn't come for the month. I brought a pregnancy test from the drugstore and waited for what seemed like the longest 2 minutes of my life. My heart dropped when I saw the 2 lines. I was pregnant. I didn't know what to do. I waited until the next day until I had the courage to see my doctor. She didn't believe me and told me to do another test. The results came in with negative results. Could it have been a false pregnancy? Still unsure, I asked to do another pregnancy test, but they refused. So the next week, I booked an appointment to the family planning clinic to see a different doctor. I took yet another test and it came back as being positive. This time, it was certain. I was actually pregnant. Going back to my normal doctor with these results, she was completely unsupportive and acted horribly about it. I had 3 choices: to give birth to the baby, give it up for adoption, or to get an abortion. At the time, I didn't dare tell my family. My mother had told me since the beginning of my relationships that if this sort of trouble ever came up, I would have been thrown out and disregarded as part of the family. I felt trapped, so I turned to the 2 people that I trusted most, my best friend and, of course, my boyfriend. Those were the only 2 people I told. My boyfriend and my best friend both told me to get an abortion. I let them make this decision for me because I didn't know what to do. There weren't really any other options. I had only just graduated high school, had no money saved, and still lived at home. My boyfriend said he would pay for the private clinic because I had no money at the time. To be completely honest, I would have preferred to keep the baby or give it up for adoption. But my boyfriend said that that was stupid and hard to do because then I would have had to tell my family. I felt scared and relieved at the same time. Relieved because the situation would have been fixed, but scared because I felt as though it was the wrong thing to do. I went home the next day. There were no complications and life just carried on as normal. Since the years have passed, looking back now, I definitely regret making an uninformed decision on the abortion and would never let someone else make that choice for me.
Papa. Those were the first words that came out of her little mouth.
Catch ball idea for the trip to